Okay, for the first one, I do apologize first and foremost for being crooked. But I got this for $5.98 at Goodwill, and I loved the bird cage. And then when I got home, I noticed that veneer, or actually probably shellac or varnish or whatever, was cracking. So I started taking my scraper and peeling it off, which was working for the most part, but it's kind of powdery under here, but I kind of like that when I got done. But I do have to use a sander. I'm going to be painting this with my Rust-Oleum, and it's called Sand Dollar, and it's flat spray paint once I get it sanded down. But right in the meantime, I'm just going to do this while the other is drying. And I got these two window panes. They're metal from the Dollar Tree. I didn't know what to do with them, but I just thought they were beautiful. They had a gold tone, and I really didn't like that. So I'm going to take this chalk paint. Now, you can use any chalk paint. This is an ivory chalk paint, and I'm going to use a sponge, and it's going to take 2 coats, okay, to cover up that. It's gold, and that is not my style. So I'm just going to go over this with this chalk paint, and you can see when I get going, you see how dark that is by my hand down there? That's all gold. And that's just, like I said, not my style, so I'm going to cover it up. But then I'm going to dirty it up, so you know me. 2 coats here. Here we go. So there's the 2 coats, and I'm going to take this linen. I think it's linen. This is my favorite color chalk paint. You won't be able to see it hardly, but I'm just going to take my chippy brush, and it's kind of a gray, and that's what it looks like after I got it on. You could see it a little bit, but it had, like, I don't know, harsh brush strokes. So I'm just taking and wetting a paper towel, and I'm going to smooth that out some, and I'm going to be doing this on both of my windows. You can see how beautiful this is making it. It just, I love it. I love it. So that's the difference right there. So I'm going to do those. So now I've got this garland wreath stuff. I get it at Hobby Lobby in the bride, what is that called? Oh, good Lord. You know, the wedding stuff when it goes on sale. But anyhow, oh, His and Hers. That's what it is. It's His and Hers, I do believe, from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to be winding this out into two wreaths. So I cut it. You saw me. I made the shape and then I cut it. And now I'm just going to wind it in itself after I make the initial ring. And then that's just going to make it a little thicker. You know, these are kind of sparse. Not real thick. But I made it a little thicker. And it's, oh my goodness, out of whack. But we'll fix that too. So I'm just going to put the other one down and measure it the same. And make another one, okay? Now, I've got my wreath, and I have lavender from Walmart, and I have this bush, $7.99, but I always get them when they're half off or 40% or whatever. And that would come from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to snip little pieces off of my lavender, okay? And this took one lavender pick. It didn't take much. This was from my scrap bin, actually, this lavender was. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the stem and up one leaf. There's usually one leaf on the, you know, no matter how you turn it, there'll be a leaf there. So see, up and up the leaf. And then I'm just going to put this underneath the other one and tuck. And I'm going to go all the way around this wreath until I get to where I started. Now, if they stick out a little bit, that's not going to bother me. I don't want them sticking way out. But if they stick out a little bit, that's not going to really bother me. Now here, I'm just going to show you this last one. I'm going to go down and put my glue, and then I'm going to tuck it under, and I'm going to make sure that it covers the stem on the first one that I set. And there it is. And it's so pretty as is. You don't have to add anything to it if you don't want to. But I am going to add a little color with the purple. So I'm just going to clip these little flowers off. You know, I don't want a bunch of the greenery, just flower itself. So I'm just going to clip the flower heads off. And that's all I'm going to be using. I'm saving this because it's really pretty. And I could use it somewhere else. But I'm just going to take these, apply glue, and I'm going to randomly put those on the inside and the outside of my wreath, just around it. just to make it have a little bit more color, and it's really, really pretty when it gets done. But like I said, you don't have to, add this if you don't want to. You didn't have to add lavender if you didn't want to. You can just leave it, do it how you want to. It's yours. Okay, so now I'm going to just take a piece of the vine here, and I'm going to go through one of the holes, and then you got to catty corner it up, because if you go through the other hole, you've just done nothing. And then twist it in the back, and then smush your vine down. And then, there you go. It's on, and you don't see a tie or anything like that. It's pretty good. Now I'm going to try to do a finger bow, but I can't use my fingers because my fingers slip, and then my bows will not be even. So I have this thing. You go over like a figure 8, and then go over that last one. Run that end through the bottom, and then run it through, and then pull backwards. Don't pull forward, pull backwards. Okay, and then I slip it off, and there's my bow. Now, if y'all have to rewind this, you can. I'll do a bow tutorial shortly because, it's not easy to make bows, and sometimes I do it the hard way. Sometimes I do it the easy way. But anyway, I'm just going to make 2 of these the same size using that 2.5-inch board right there. And then I am going to glue them on. And that is so cute. You can leave it like this, but I do something else. But you don't have to do this. I just wanted to vamp mine up a little bit. So I have some moss. And I'm going to take my glue gun. And I'm going to glue it to the wreath. Now, don't glue it to your... Well, I mean, I guess you can glue it to your window, but I didn't glue mine to my window. I just glued it to the wreath form part that I made there. And then I'm going to glue my little bird down in his nest. And y'all, I absolutely loved these when I got done with them. I mean, these are they're going in my bathroom. They're one of my favorite things that I've made recently, and it's going in my bathroom. You have to hold it a minute, but look, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. You can trim your nest if you want to. But back to the birdhouse, okay? It is dry. All right, bird cage. The bottom opens, and I'm going to put this yellow bird in there. Before I put the bird in there, I'm going to take, and no, I'm not. I'm going to put the bird in there, actually. Sorry, y'all. I take a little bit of E6000 because I don't want this bird to go anywhere. So I take E6000 and put it on the bottom. And this was so hard because you don't have much room in there. But then I use, on the ends of it, so I put the E6000 in the middle. And then on the ends, I put the hot glue so it would hold it while I did the rest of what I had to do. So it's on there. Now I'm going to take this half styrofoam ball. I used it for something else and just had it left. And you can use floral foam. This is just what I had. And I glue it to the bottom inside of that thing. And then I'm going to take some moss. And I'm going to glue that to that styrofoam ball. You don't have to glue it down if you want to interchange this at some point. But I don't care to. I'm one that if you got something, I keep it forever. I don't usually change anything because I guess I don't like changes. I don't know. It's just me. If I like it, then I have it forever. But anyways, some people like to change things all the time. But be careful you don't get burnt. And I'm just going to, hold it to that little mound there. And when I close it, I had some little peekers peeking out down there. So I just cut those off with some scissors. And I'm going to take those roses down there to the side there after I snip this off. And I'm going to snip the roses off of that. I got it at Walmart. I love their florals. But I'm just going to snip this with my wire cutters. And then I'm going to poke it in that styrofoam. Now, you can't see me. I had to use one hand because that little door that I open with my thumb is on a spring. And it shuts as soon as you let go. So I have to do this one-handed. And you can't see me. So I'm just going to skip this part right here. But all you do is just put your florals in there. And I didn't show you what it looked like because I'm going to create a tag. I want a hang tag on this. I think they are so beautiful. And I got this paper from Hobby Lobby. They have their paper and paper pads on sale a lot. As a matter of fact, they have it on sale this week if you're watching this when I release the video. So I just trace that metal tag on the back and then cut it out. And then I'm going to take my purple stick glue, and I want this two-sided, so I'm just going to use the same paper. And I am going to just put my glue on, put that down right on there, and then I'm going to cut that one out as well. Now I'm going to be using my clear stamps to stamp this with my StazOn ink. I got this set actually from Temu, I'm pretty sure. And I got my ink, it's permanent, and I got it in my Amazon store in my general crafting. But I just want this one bird. So I'm going to tap the ink to the stamp, and I do have a thing to hold it. I got that from Temu as well. And oh my gosh, it is so stinking pretty down there. So I'm going to put my stamps back. And this is from the Dollar Tree, and I just wanted the wording for this one. So I'm going to stick my acrylic block on there, and I'm just going to ink it up, and then I'm going to stick it catty-cornered on my tag. Now I didn't use the metal tag for this. I just used paper. I just used the tag to trace the tag out, you know. And it says enjoy life. It's so pretty. I love how you can take rubber stamps and mix them to create your own designs, you know, with them. But anyway, then I took and I sewed my tag. I just sewed around my tag with my sewing machine, and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to scrape it, and I'm going to rough up the sides to make it look a little more rustic. When I get the sides all scraped down, I'm going to take that purple punch over there, and it's just a hole punch, and I'm going to maneuver it around that thread, which was not easy, and I'm just going to punch my hole. And then I'll take some, it's frilly stretchy band, and I think I got this at Walmart, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted to run it through. You can run it straight through like that if you want to, but I took a piece and I cut it off. And then it takes me a minute. I forget which way you loop it to go make it go to the front. So I had to, that was wrong. I had to turn it around. You go from the front to the back and then pull your ribbon through it to make the thing on the front. Yeah, I got it. Then I'm just going to tie this onto my bird cage. Now these are simply gorgeous. I am in love with these. And these are going in my bathroom. I didn't realize one bird was bigger than the other, but I got them at the same time. I don't know. But anyways, I'm absolutely in love with these. And then there is my little bird cage with my tag and my roses. And I will tell you, I did have to shove some of the flowers through the little crack or the rails or whatever you want to call it, the slits, splits, whatever, and shove them in there and poke them down. It was a lot of maneuvering, but it was worth it. And there's my beautiful, beautiful aged tag. I took ink and aged it more, and I did that off camera. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And until next time, y'all, you are a blessing. Goodbye.